Your parents got divorced when you were 12. In your depression, you wish you could shelve. What about her cancer? We can't help but question, if God is so good, why do bad things happen? That's something most of us have never understood, a common misconception based on our own perception of that which we don't deem to be good or fair or right. Is God even aware? I thought he was the source of all light. You see, darkness, it's the absence of light. So in the midst of the darkest night, we're not left wondering what evil is or where it came from. Storms might be thundering, but thank goodness we can take comfort in the fullness of our God, radiating bright light in the gloomiest night. Just think about the sun. When it sets, the darkness appears void of the brightest light, just as that which is evil is simply the absence of that which is. But how could humanity ever understand what is actually good? No, deep down, we all know murder is wrong, or more simply put, we know what it's like to feel like we don't belong. In order to know a crooked line, you've got to know a straight. Our sense of right and wrong, it's innate. We've all got a sense of what's right, like when one's justified to fight. And despite the turmoil of troubling emotions, we've got Romans 2:15. It's in your DNA, one specific gene. Paul writes to all his correspondents, you too have a God-given conscience. But what you do with that conscience is up to you. With God, evil avoidable, but with man, it became mission impossible. You see, true love, it necessitates a choice. So, is rape an action grounded in love? No, God didn't want us to be bound to him by force. So while he's the source of all that is good, he's the loving one, the most loving one who let man set their own course. So then why do I call it mission impossible? Well, for us on our own, total depravity is our total reality, but our God, he's unstoppable. So why doesn't he do anything about the evil in my life? Well, you see, in fact, he already has. In the face of loss, just look to the cross. But sure, that's a polite saying, but give me a reason for my anxiety and my pain, my heartache and heartbreak. I wish I could, but I'd be speaking in vain. Well, why me? We ask. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are his ways higher than our ways. As Spurgeon seems to paraphrase, when we can't trace his hand, we can trust his heart, our anchor when everything else is falling apart. But why all this suffering for us believers? Aren't we his? The trials you face all have their purposes. The worries, the woes, don't regard them as foes. They each have been allowed by your providential and sovereign Lord. They make us more like the Christ. And nobody ever said sanctification felt nice. He's after holiness, not happiness. And so it is with us. First the cross, then crown, only after we're laid in the dust. In the face of abuse, when the pain is profuse, when sickness runs rampant and the voices of the world can't seem to be dampened, in the face of unexpected death, when you can't seem to catch your breath, in the high school classroom, when it stings to be left out, or when the pressures of life bring about stress, your pain, you might dismiss it as small, but still it hurts nevertheless. And your God, he sees it all. He sees you and he loves you. God wants a relationship with you. This temporary pain won't forever reign. His ways aren't aimlessly laborious. Our God, he's victorious. And one day, all the hurt and the pain and the tears, it'll be dismissed. One day.